Today we're here with Alan Schiffer and Debbie Pine, and we're having another one of our interviews with our South Salem alums in preparation for our a reunion, which would have been our 50th reunion in 2020. But as many people discovered in 2020, they couldn't host all of the events that they had hoped to. And so we're going to have our 50th reunion in our 51st year. And we are going to have Alan talk a little bit about how you can find out about the events that we are anticipating. Alan, do you want to take it from there?
Sure. I don't think any of us have aged in this last 1 year or two, so I'm sure it's still our 50th reunion. Hopefully people know by now that you go to the website of southsalem70.com, and if you register there, then you get all the updated information. And it just means that you're not actually registering at that point for the reunion events, but you'll get all the updates about what's going on. So definitely encourage people just to go there to southsalem70.com. Plus, it's been nice. So we've got a Facebook webpage too. So look up, I'm probably gonna miss the name of that group. Luann, what's the name of that group?
I think I always get this confused too. I think it's South Salem Saxon's 1970.com. If you enter something along those lines, you'll get to our webpage. And we have a YouTube channel as well that has all of these interviews with all of our alums. And we encourage any alums who want to share their memories of South Salem or the last 50 years or anything else that they want to share to contact either Alan or I or anyone who's on the reunion committee. That's Patrice Roselle and Ed
Andy Tillman's been helping out a lot, and lots of people. So
So feel free to contact any of us. We would be happy to share your memories as well on the YouTube channel. And Alan, I'll let you take it away.
Well, Debbie, I'm so glad we're doing this. So thanks for just the opportunity to catch up with you. It's been far too long.
It has been. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh gosh, this will be very, very fun for sure. And so, as we left South, tell us about a little bit kind of right after those years, right after that. And then I really want to hear too about how you happened to meet that great guy who's your husband.
I started working for the state of Oregon about a month after we graduated. And that was the employment division. And I was there for about 2 years. And then I moved over to the Oregon Department of Justice, which is the Attorney General's office. And I worked there, and I was there for quite a while, now that I think about it, about 9 years. But in between that time, I was working with a mutual friend of ours, Wendy Small. And she went to school with Scott, her husband, and went to school with Pat. And they got us together. We met at the Ram Pub. And it's history after that.
Well, Luann, you'd appreciate that actually her husband, Pat, and my wife, Diane, both went to high school in Eureka, California. So
oh my gosh.
Isn't that a small world?
There as well. So,
and Debbie, just for people who might not remember, what was your maiden name?
Cohn.
And so I just have to ask, did you ever consider a hyphenated name Pinecone?
Actually, it would have been the opposite. We talked about it after we got married. It would have been Cohn Pine. So that takes the fun out of it.
I thought that would have been the cutest hyphenated name ever.
Memorable.
Yeah, very.
And so you moved around quite a bit, right?
We did, yeah. About 1979, we moved to Las Vegas for his job. He got a job as a budget director for Clark County, Nevada. And we lived there for 10 years. In between that time, we moved to Carson City. He was appointed by the governor to run their state taxation department. And then during that year and a half, he was offered the job back in Las Vegas at the water district. And so I was pregnant at the time with our second one. So I thought, hey, I wouldn't have to work. This might be good. I didn't really want to go back to Las Vegas. It's kind of a cold place to raise kids, but we did. We went back and moved again in 1989, came back to Oregon.
Oh, and what other places have you lived? I think you lived a number of places, right?
We went back to Salem in '89 for about a year and a half, and then he worked for the legislature, and that was, of course, kind of a political appointment. So we moved to Hillsborough. He worked for the county water and sewer up there, Washington County. And I went back to work. I worked in the Attorney General's office in '89, and then I worked in a private law firm in Hillsborough. We were in Hillsborough for 17 years, which is the longest we've ever planted, actually.
Yeah, that's a nice place to raise kids. I bet your kids like living
I loved it. It was great. Yeah. And if I miss any place we've lived, that would be it. Mm-hmm. We got there a little before they developed Tennisborn, and they're ideal shopping, and where I'm living now is a little too remote for me. But
and where do you live now?
I live in Tehachapi, California, which is about 40 miles east of Bakersfield, up in the Sierra Mountains.
And how did you end up there?
He got a job. He was working in Minneapolis for a firm after Seattle. We moved to Renton, Washington, and he worked for Providence for about 6 months, and they had a mass layoff. So out he was, but we had signed a lease on a condo, and I was working in Bellevue. So he went to Minneapolis to work, and he got this job here while he was in Minneapolis. I was all prepared to move to Minneapolis. I had the moving company coming at the end of the week, and we found out about this job. So he's now he runs the benefits and pension plan for United Farm Workers. And they're based in a little town called Keene, which is between Tehachapi and Bakersfield. But you wouldn't want to live there. There isn't much.
Tehachapi is the metropolis area.
Yeah, that you could say that. About 10,000 people. We got a Walmart about a year ago. Everybody's thrilled.
The big news in town.
What would you say is the key to moving to all these new places, to meeting new people? And
something that Pat's always been good at is adapting to and making friends. And I wasn't so good at it. And my kids, the older one was, the younger one was very, very shy. So we've all kind of been forced out of our shell. It's been a good experience.
I've always thought of you as being just the friendliest, nicest person. I'm surprised to say that you feel like you weren't very good at it.
You know, when somebody speaks to me, I'm friendly, yeah, but I don't think of going ahead and introducing myself to someone I don't know. That's been kind of difficult.
Yeah, but your husband Pat is pretty good about just stepping out. And
yeah, Al knows. He's a talker. He's talk your leg off. And yeah, so I've met a lot of people and done a lot of things through him.
Yeah. Now, have you found the kinds of things you did either as hobbies or the like of, as you moved to different locations, did that change, or kind of what kinds of things do you find yourself doing where you are now?
It does change. Pat likes to play golf. He's been playing golf the whole time we've been married. And my hobbies have changed. Of course, up in Hillsborough, I did a lot of shopping. And I was working full time, so I didn't have a lot of time on my hands. And then in Renton, Washington, I was working full time. So we came down here, and I would have had to commute 2 hours plus a day to get a job, so I didn't do it. There wasn't a lot of law offices here, so I'd have to go into Bakersfield or Palmdale, and it just wasn't worth it.
No, I wouldn't think so.
And then I had some health setbacks that I've been healing from for the last 2 years, but I'm getting there.
You look healthy.
Yeah. Well, you had some real scares, Debbie. I mean, those are things that really challenge you, right?
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. I had no idea.
Make you really appreciative for your good things in life, huh?
Oh, gosh, yes. Yeah. My mom died at 67, and I thought, oh, I'm a goner. I just know it. But it didn't work out that way.
Yeah.
It was good.
And do you have grandchildren?
I have 3 grandsons. They're 13.
Oh, wow.
9 and 3.
Oh my.
Big span. Yeah.
And where do they live?
The 3-year-old is in Vancouver and the other 2 are in Eugene.
Okay. So do you get up to Oregon pretty often then?
We do, at least once a year, or sometimes more often than that. That's our vacation for the year. And I also have a sister and brother in Salem.
Oh yeah.
So
lots of reasons to come back to Oregon.
Yeah, and another sister in Baltimore, outside of Baltimore, but
wow.
She comes out now and then too. So yes, it's fun to go back and visit.
But it's been hard with COVID, right? I presume it's been a little harder to be in touch.
Very. We've taken to wine Zoom tasting calls.
Oh yeah.
It's been fun, yeah. But I think all my family now has been vaccinated. So I think we're good to go for September.
Oh, that'll be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Where do you hope to retire?
I'd like to hit somewhere between Eugene and Vancouver. Yeah. So we have access to everybody. And I don't want to stay here. It's a little too remote for me. But it's a nice little town, nice place to live, but I want to go back home.
Yeah. And this is home.
It is.
Yeah. The valley someplace. Yeah.
It is. Yeah. That's where I'm most comfortable. Yeah.
And do you have any retirement plans on the horizon?
It'll be another year or two. He has some things he wants to accomplish. So I'm just along for the ride.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I know as it gets closer, it seems more daunting, I think, you know.
Yes. And then I think I've got this house full of stuff. I thought I'm going to have to downsize big time. And that's what I'll be doing.
Yeah. I've been watching these videos on decluttering and getting these things, you know, and I have all these memorabilia things from my family, the china, all this stuff. And I say to my kids, are you going to want this? And they say, no,
that's right.
They don't want any of this stuff anymore.
No.
You know, and this china I've drug around from my great aunt for the last 35 years and stuff. And the kids say, no, they don't want that. And I just ended up giving it away. Finally, I watched this really cute decluttering video and the gal said, what are you saving it for? And I thought to myself, what am I saving this for? My kids don't want it.
Yeah.
And it's been sitting in my cupboard for 35 years. I'm not using it.
That's right.
And it actually is very freeing. Having a cupboard is pretty nice, And
my husband's a bit of a hoarder, so I'm having clashes with him on, no, we're keeping it. No, we're not keeping it.
Yeah. As much as you moved, I'm surprised you're not more streamlined.
Well, actually I've streamlined a bit, but we've been here for 11 years. So I've accumulated again.
Yeah. Well, it is easy. And especially if you've got a pretty big house, lots of cupboards, they fill themselves up, don't they?
Yeah, they sure do. And when we first moved here, I thought I'll never fill those cupboards. And sure enough.
It's easy to do.
Yes.
So now you are going to come to the reunion though, right?
Yes, we are.
So tell us why you're coming to the reunion.
It's over the last 10 plus years, it's been fun connecting with people on Facebook and the reunions we have had. And I've got some dear friends that I'm anxious to see again. I think it'll be fun.
You really will be, right?
Yeah.
Lots of those friendships go way, way back, and you lose track of certain people, but you don't lose track of those friendships, those memories.
I was telling Luann that you and I went to Sunday school together when we were in grade school.
Absolutely. Remember that
a long time. Yeah.
You always set the example for the rest of us.
No, and I doubt it.
Well, it's really fun to talk to everybody on these videos, and I hope we get a chance to talk to even more people in the future. And I think everyone is looking forward to that September reunion, and we really appreciate you getting together with us here today, Debbie. And Alan, thanks for facilitating this, and we look forward to everybody in September.
Thank you, and thank you for having me both.
Okay.
Look forward to those big hugs, Debbie. Make sure you give one to Patrick too. Right?
I'm ready for it. I'm ready.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Take good
Thank
care.
you.
Talk to
Bye-bye.
you soon. Bye.